we got another great college football unknown from Colorado Fan 12. His great unknown for the 2024 season is, can Colorado have a decent run game / offensive line? Now, the reason why we're talking about this is because last year, look at the numbers. Shedeur Sanders, looking at his stat sheet, looking at what he did, is even more impressive when you consider the fact the quarterback at Colorado was sacked 10% of the snaps. 1 in 10 plays. Y'all, that is ridiculous. As a team, Colorado averaged 2.3 yards a carry, 133rd in the country. Listen, there's only 134 teams, okay? Like, that should tell you a lot about Colorado and what they were dealing with last year. So if they're able to just get decent, I love the phrase in here from our guy, Colorado Fan, decent run game / offensive line. Not elite, not All-American, just decent. And what that would do, for my money, that would create real balance for this Colorado offense. It would change the way that a defense has to play you. Because if you're scheming up Shedeur Sanders and this offense based on what they did last year, what are you thinking? How many guys are you really putting in the box? Probably very minimal attention given to the run game. You're saying, if you beat us and you beat us running the football, God bless you. God bless you, because we're going to play the pass, and if we die that way, we die. If we die, we die, to quote Matt Rule. I know we're going to get some shade from the folks quoting Matt Rule during a Colorado segment, but it fit. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Now, being able to have a decent run game and a decent offensive line, I don't think that's the fix-all for your season to go win the Big 12. Still think you need some of those transfers to translate on the defensive side of the football. But I think what it would do, going back to that whole conversation around balance, yes, it creates balance. Yes, it changes the way that defenses have to play you. But I think what it really would do, it accentuates the strengths of this Colorado football team. Say what you want about Deion, say what you want about the portal, how they build their roster. This team has got some of the best playmakers on the perimeter in the country. One of the deepest wide receiver rooms, I believe, in the country. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Like, all that talk around Shedeur Sanders, is he a top 5 pick? Is he this? Is he that? Like, people aren't just making this up. This isn't just coming out of the Colorado camp to try and get him to be a first-round pick. Like, this is real. Okay, last year, 27 touchdowns to 3 picks, over 3,000 yards. Again, being sacked 10% of the time. So if you give Shedeur Sanders a little bit more time, you don't think he might slice and dice a little bit? You don't think he might improve on those kind of numbers his second year in Boulder? I think he will. Again, it goes back to the offensive line. Also now, some responsibility on Shedeur Sanders to get rid of the football. Whether it's throwing it away, whether it's making quicker decisions, I understand. Still responsibility on the quarterback to make the right play. Talking about the playmakers, man, Travis Hunter, I already told you, one of my favorite players in college football. I think he is a one of one. We will not see another player like him for a very long time. Jimmy Horn Jr. is back, over 500 yards receiving last season. Omarion Miller, a guy that Colorado fans are very familiar with, very excited about. He flashed big time in that game against USC last year, pretty much did whatever he wanted. LeJontay Webster is LeJontay Wester is a transfer wide receiver from FAU, over 1,100 yards receiving last season. Cut a touchdown in the spring game. I like the playmakers here. I really do. But you got to give Shedeur Sanders just a little bit of time to be able to get the football to these guys. Because if we go out there and we have a 10% sack rate yet again in 2024, then we never actually get to see how good Shedeur Sanders could have been at Colorado. And he'll probably put up big numbers again because they have to throw the football a whole lot. But I would much rather, and I think Colorado fans probably would agree with this, I would much rather see that yards per carry number for Colorado offensively go up to 3.5. See that quarterback sack rate go down to 5%. If we can chop that in half, incredible. And if you do that, probably win more games. Who cares about Shedeur Sanders and his stats? I promise you, Shedeur doesn't. He doesn't care about that at that point if they're winning 7+ ball games, 8+ ball games. So it gives you a better chance in my mind. It creates much more potential for you to accentuate and lean into your strengths. If you lean more into your strengths, I think you have a better chance than to cover up your weaknesses. Just food for thought there. So a great unknown for sure. Can they create more balance? We'll see, but just decent is all I'm asking for. Also helps the defense out, just so we're on the same page. Play with more of a lead, be able to have more of a cushion there. I digress. That'd be massive. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.